In the last few weeks, Olive and I have driven from Florida all the way to Texas in our camper van, Maggie. We were able to revisit some of our favorite towns along the way as we've basically retraced our footsteps, or should I say, re-driven our tire marks from our route 2 years ago when we first left home and started full-time van life. And so much feels exactly the same as it did 2 years ago, but one big difference I am really feeling this time around is the summer heat. I do not remember it being this hot when we did this 2 years ago. I even bought an additional air conditioning unit for our van recently just to make sure we would stay cool and comfortable, because it's one thing for me to try to tough it out, but you guys know I am not willing to sacrifice even an ounce of Olive's comfort. So, long story short, we are greeting you guys this morning from an RV park because our new air conditioning unit draws so much power that we can only run it for about 2 days on our battery bank before needing to hook up to shore power to recharge. So mornings are looking a little different for us right now. This isn't going to be a grand adventure vlog, and paying to stay at an RV park is usually something I only do a few times a year out of necessity. But this is the reality for us right now of living in our van in the summertime. Morning, my sweet friends. Let me quickly catch you guys up to speed with the air conditioning situation, because I feel like for those of you that have been watching my videos for a while, you might be confused because you know I have always had an air conditioning unit in my van. When I built out my van, I installed a Fresh-Air evaporative air conditioning unit in my ceiling. It's a 12-volt unit, so it has very little impact on my power and my battery bank. In my opinion, it's a stronger fan than the Max Air fans that a lot of people go with, and it works incredibly well as an AC unit in arid climates. It works great in the desert. The problem with evaporative coolers is that they just don't cut it in humid climates or anything over like 50 or 60% humidity. So I did recently buy a portable condenser AC unit from EcoFlow. It's the Wave 2, and this is not sponsored whatsoever. I bought it with my own money, and I'm still testing it out, so don't take this as like a personal endorsement of the product just yet. But I will say, in my experience with it, it has really saved us. In like the hottest parts of the day, at the hottest time of the year, I don't know what we would be doing without this AC unit. The problem with condenser ACs is that they draw a lot more power than the Fresh-Air does. This is 120 volts, not 12 volts, so it blows through our batteries fairly quickly, hence the RV park stay. You guys know that staying at an RV park, for me, is not really my preferred van life experience. If it were my dream world, I would just always be out on public land, dispersed camping for weeks at a time. But there are some benefits to being here at an RV park. Most notably, Olive's enjoyment. She loves it here. She gets so much supervised outdoor time. There's a patch of dirt like right outside the van that she rolls in every single morning, just covers herself in dirt. So she is very much enjoying her time here. And I would say the biggest benefit for me of being here right now is that I get to work on my stained glass art. I have mentioned this a little bit over on my Patreon. I haven't said anything about it yet on YouTube, but I am actually hoping in the near future to sell some of my stained glass art. If anybody is interested in buying it, I've been working on a website since January of this year. It's not up yet, so I don't have anything to actually show you guys. But the goal is to come up with probably 10 to 15 pieces of stained glass art at a time, and then release them as limited edition collections for sale on my website. So I'm hoping to do that for the first time in the next couple months. That means I have to make the art. So that is what I'm gonna do today. I have had a butterfly stained glass piece that has been copper foiled and ready for soldering for literally 6 months now, and I just haven't finished it. So I am hoping to finish that piece today. But first I'm gonna make some breakfast. It is done. It is finally finished. 6 months in the making. This took me so long to solder, you guys. That was like 4.5 hours of straight soldering. I don't know what it is about the soldering step of stained glass. I feel like when I'm doing the first side, which is always the back of the piece, I'm having to relearn how to solder all over again. And then by the time I flip it over to the front, I've like gotten the hang of it and it feels a little bit better and a little bit faster. I don't know what it is. It's this weird, like permanent learning curve situation that I'm dealing with, but I'm very happy to have this done. And I really like how it turned out. The sun is gonna set in about an hour and a half, so I thought I would bring you guys along for my nightly walk and adventure with Olive. And then on our way back, I'm actually gonna stop by the front office here and pick up a very important package that I'm gonna open with you guys tonight.
Close to violet on a Sunday, nearly made it into bloom, but I know, oh, the ordinary Monday turning back to blue. Long for what's to come, keep forgetting how to make it known before it's already gone.
Full of post-its in the ceiling, of things I like to follow through, but I hold on, a visionary. Sunlight shows an empty room.
Long for what's to come, keep forgetting how to make it known before it's already gone. Looking back as soon as how you know, did the moment even make it past the room? Long for what's to come, keep forgetting how to make it known before it's already gone. Looking back as soon as how you know, did the moment even make it past the room?
All right, you guys, I have secured the very important package. Let me know if you have any guesses as to what this is. It's like a 7x7 box. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I am probably gonna have to get shots of everything I'm about to show you guys tomorrow out in the daylight and put those on top of this video so you can actually see like the true colors of what I'm about to show you. But I am just too excited to wait to open it until tomorrow. So, oh my gosh. Oh. Can you guys tell what it is? I ordered 20 pieces of glass, which is really exciting for me because this is the first order I have ever placed for stained glass where I've curated every piece that's in it. Most of the time I've just bought like the pre-packaged sets off of Amazon because they're super cheap, or I have bought singles of glass from craft stores, but I've never bought like a whole set of glass that I've chosen out myself. So I am really excited to go through all of these and show you guys what I picked out. I'm gonna try to make this fast as I can because I know some of you probably don't care about this at all, but here we go. We have a beautiful iridescent red. It has an iridescent front and then an opaque kind of reddish orange back. Then, sticking with the more opaque glass, I bought two different very opaque, very vibrant colors. The first is like a sunny yellow orange, and the other, this is pretty much a perfect like forget-me-not color, or like a hydrangea blue. The next 4 are gonna be different greens. I felt like my collection was really lacking green colors for foliage or like petals of flowers. I have a lot of forest greens that I'm honestly not the most fond of, and I never find that I'm able to use them very easily. So I bought 4 different green colors that are all pretty opaque, and they kind of range from like blue green to yellow green, but they're all very vibrant and have very cool like patterns to them. And actually the next 2 are also greens, but they're sort of they're more minty green. These are the same color glass. It's like a mint green glass, but one of them is the flat version and the other one is the iridescent version. So I am envisioning using these together in the same piece just to kind of contrast the finishes of them. Sticking with the iridescent trend, I bought 2 fairly similar pieces of translucent iridescent blue glass, but I thought they were both really pretty. I feel like that would be a good like sky or ocean. And then the next 3 are also iridescent luminescent pieces, but they are much more opaque and they have fairly different tones. So the first one is like a more opaque sky blue. The next one is a fairly opaque cobalt blue. And the last one is like a violet white. It's kind of more gray, to be honest, in person. But I thought those were all really beautiful. And I think I tend to like more opaque glass these days. They just come across as more vibrant. So these would be really cool as like a sky or cloud colors. The next 2 are kind of wild cards, admittedly, but I have made a design that's a cat, and I bought these 2 thinking they would make really good cat fur colors. So one of them is like streaky brown. I feel like that's a good tabby cat color, and the other is kind of like a patchy cream with a slightly orange tint. I don't know, that might be a stretch, but these both sort of look like cat fur to me, so that's why I bought them. I also have a plan for the next 2 pieces as well, and they're kind of matching. So these are both black and they're both opaque. One of them is the flat finish and the other is the iridescent finish. So I thought these would be really cool for like a raven or a crow piece. I haven't designed it yet, but that was kind of what I was thinking with buying these 2. I bet they're gonna be hard to cut because I have found that the more opaque a piece of glass is, the harder it is to break. And then the last 2, just some good basic neutrals. I got an opaque white with the pearlescent finish on it, and the other is like a little bit more translucent cream yellow color, but it still has that iridescence to it. I'm kind of amazed that none of them came broken, but then again, they were packaged very well, so I'm very, very happy with them. It is getting so late. I need to make dinner, I need to shower, and then Olive and I need to go to bed.
The longer I've waited, the more that I've tried. All the years that I've wasted trying to find it. All that I go through for my peace of mind. Let it all out the window. I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind.
Little like limited addiction. Limited addiction. Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa. Oh my goodness, Olive. Oh no. This way. Uh-oh, tree. Oh, we gotta stop for the tree. We can't stop for every tree, Olive. There's so many of them. You're tangled. Hold on, let me fix your foot. You're tangled. You're all tangled. Okay, there you go. Yep, you're welcome.